Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Debt Free Friday. I'm Gia if you're new, and if you're a subscriber, welcome back. So this week we're going to talk about how to reconcile our budget once we've created it. So the last couple of episodes of Debt Free Friday, I talked about creating a zero-based budget in Excel, an annual budget in Excel, and budgeting sinking funds and the importance of using sinking funds while you are trying to get out of debt so that you cannot make yourself get back into debt if or when an emergency arises. So I will insert a card here and an annotation here in case in case you missed any of those episodes. So today we're going to talk about how we reconcile, or pretty much, old school style. It's like balancing a checkbook in the year 2015. I actually still know people who, balance their checkbook with the register. Not that there's anything wrong with that. There are just a lot of tools out there to help us not have to do that. And so one of those tools is mint.com that I personally use, me and my husband, and that's what I use to reconcile to our budget. The expenses that we spend that month, it goes into a budget that I've created in mint.com, and the budgets in mint.com mirror the budgets that we created in Excel. So I'm going to show you what I'm talking about here. All right, so here, just to give you a quick refresh, this is the fictional family that we created in Excel, a family that has a debt of I think 60 grand, and they're working on getting out of debt in 3 years. This is what their annual income is. Like I said, if you want to see in detail how this was created, I will leave that link to the playlist down below. But what we're going to do now is pretend that this family has already created this budget, and now they're ready to start reconciling, meaning that they're ready to tie back to what they actually spent. So what we're going to do that is we're going to go into mint.com. Okay, so this is mint.com. I actually do use mint.com. This is a demo site. This is a demo account that I'm looking at now, but this is how it looks when you log in and you give them all their information. And I just want to verify and let you guys know that mint.com is very safe. They use the same security that banks use. So if you feel insecure about giving them access to your bank accounts, just know that you get the same level of security and customer service as you would if you were at an actual bank. So so what we're going to do here is we're going to click on budgets up here at the top. Okay, and we're going to click on create a budget, and here it's really simple. You could choose a category here. Let's just do the food one. Well, actually, let's do our income, right? Income. And then let's see, let's go back here. So their monthly income is $48.33.33. So that's what we're going to put in here, $48.33.33. Every month is chosen, and click save. So that budget is created. So we're going to do that for every single last one of these categories here. Okay, so let's just do a few here. We're going to do let's do food, like eating out. Let's do groceries. Okay. Oh, looks like I already entered one here. Their groceries budget is, well, let's go back because I forgot, we do budget by store, and you don't have to budget by store. That's just what I prefer to do, is to budget by store. But let's do one for Costco, right? So we'll go food, and you see there's not a category called Costco. So what you do is you go to add edit categories under food, add a category, and we'll name this Costco. Save. And then I'm done. So then for your Costco budget, we'll put $200 a month. Save. Now Costco's done. And then we can create a budget for dining out. Let's see, food. We'll call this restaurants. Oops. Restaurants is, let's see, $100 a month. Save. Okay. So once you do that, in your real life, you will do all of every single last budget here, okay, except for sinking funds. We're not going to do sinking funds in mint.com. We do that separately. So what you do here is you go to click on transactions. And these are all the fictional transactions, right, that are in this demo account. So what you would do when you're ready to reconcile is you just come to transactions and see Chipotle, and see it automatically already categorizes everything for you. I mean, Mint.com is wonderful. I mean, you see how it already has Chipotle in there. That's fast food. Pizza Hut's fast food. TCBY is restaurants. Bojangles is fast food. It breaks it down like that. I mean, if you want to do that where you have a budget for fast food and a budget for restaurants, you can absolutely do that. I don't. So all the fast food ones, I just change to restaurants because that's where my budget is. So that's what you just do for each transaction. It is super, super, super easy. Okay, so then you're probably wondering, so what happens if you go to, you know, write a check for your car insurance that you've been saving for? You know, you have a sinking fund for your car insurance and you need to go write that check. So what I typically do is when I see a transaction here, let's see, all of these are just sample ones from this sample account. But let's just say, for instance, this transaction here for $999 at the store Tiffany's, you know, that's really functional. That's really fictional, I should say. So let's just say, for instance, this transaction right here is for your car insurance. So what I typically would do is I would come here and I would just call this a transfer because, well, let's create the budget first. So we're gonna go back to budgets, create the budget for, okay, so we're gonna create a budget for all of these transactions here that you save for every month, because you are going to be saving for that. So this total amount is $366.67. That's the amount that you put to your sinking funds every single month for this fictional family, right? So we're gonna come here and we're gonna name this transfer. Let's add a category here. We'll call this sinking funds. Okay, and every month you're supposed to put, what is it, $366.67 away. Save. Okay, so let's say, for instance, let's go back to the transactions here. And let's, oh, it's kind of going slow here. So we're gonna pretend like this transaction of $999 is something that goes to your sinking funds, like for instance, car insurance or anything that really pertains to the sinking funds. And we'll click here and we'll name this, would go to the sinking funds category, okay? And so then what you would do is, so after you're done going through all your transactions for the entire month, okay, you click on budgets and it shows you where you've gone over, where you've gone under. When it's green, that means you're under budget, but if it's yellow, that means you're on budget, and if it's red, that means you went over budget. This is just, like I said, a demo account. It's not real, but it pretty much breaks it down for you and shows you how well you did for that month. I think that's amazing. It makes it super, super easy, and you always want to make sure that every transaction for every month falls into one of these budgets. So your budget here, it's almost like having this Excel spreadsheet, but online. So, which is amazing, like I said. So that's pretty much how you reconcile every month. And then at the end of the year, you'll be able to see, you know, exactly how much you spent. So, but going back to the sinking funds, so when you see that transaction for sinking funds here, oops, here, you always want to come back to your sinking fund spreadsheet and put it in. Like, for instance, if we said that's car insurance, let's say, you know, it's November, you spent $999 on car insurance. Whatever you spend, you always want to put back in the spreadsheet. And that goes for everything. So, you know, at the end of the month, once you put all your budget, you put all your transactions, categorize it into the correct budget. Again, you would only have to create the budget once a year when you're first setting up your mint.com, or anytime you want to change the budget. So once you put all your transactions in, you come back here to your tab here called 2015, or it'll be 2016 for next year. And then you put in everything that you spent. So like for gas and fuel, you spent 49 bucks, excuse me, 75 bucks. So that you go here, gas and auto, and put 75 bucks for whatever month you're on here. So you basically are just putting everything that's on in mint.com, you put it in here. And I really hope I'm not confusing you guys. It's really, really simple. Like I said, you can play around with the spreadsheet, you can play around on mint.com. That's pretty much it. That's what I do. It takes me like 10 minutes to reconcile, or to reconcile to the budget every month, to tie back to what we're doing. And sometimes I adjust our budgets. Like I'll feel like we're spending too much on eating out, or we're spending too much on miscellaneous, or we're spending too much on groceries, and you can kind of tweak it. You could see how you're doing each month and kind of tweak it. Like I said, when you get to the end of the year, or when you get to if you're over budget and you want to spend less, you could always you can find more ways to save. To me, which I think is great, seeing those kinds of trends and this type of analysis on your own spending. It's important to treat your family finances like it's a major corporation, because it is a major corporation to you. A lot of large businesses are run like this, using a budget, so it's important that you value your family's finances that much, to just put the time in to find a system that works for you. This is what my husband and I do. We have one checking account and one savings account. We just keep it simple that way. That's just what works for us. And then our savings account is broken down by all of our various sinking funds. This does not include any kind of investment accounts or retirement accounts, but as far as cash savings accounts, we have just this. That's where our emergency funds, just the one savings account includes our emergency funds, all of our sinking funds, everything that we save for short term and long term. And then it's broken down in this Excel spreadsheet to show us exactly how much each category contains. I really hope this is helpful, you guys, and not too confusing. If you have any questions at all or concerns, please leave them down below. I don't mind answering them, or you can send me a message, or contact me on any of my social media platforms. Again, I love this system. It just works so well for me and my family, and I encourage you to sit down and start planning for next year. Start planning your budget and doing it now. If you do a month-to-month budget now, consider doing an annual budget like this, for 2016. You may like it. It may be helpful to you, and I encourage you to at least give it a try. So that's it for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching and commenting and subscribing. I'm so super excited to interact with you guys. I feel like I'm so passionate about budgeting and personal finance and personal wealth. I mean, it's so amazing to live a healthy financial life, and to know that I'm doing this for my children and for my husband. Like all of our decisions that we make, I think it's, to just make sure that we're always financially free. So I encourage any of you guys that are in debt to really try to work and focus on and create a plan for next year to help get yourself out of debt. Again, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.